Yeah, no, I know she's your mom. That's why you don't want to have a threesome.
Oh my god! They just released a list of who's playing at Coachella.
What? No way, dude. Send that to me.
Oh, you know what? I gotta go. I got some radio content, bro. Did you guys say Coachella? Who's playing? It makes me pumped.
You haven't heard of any of these guys.
What are you talking about? I'm a morning show host on a 90s rock station. I probably know all these bands. Who's on the lineup?
You want to know?
Yeah?
No, that's one of the bands. Well, Just Crust,
Nah.
DJ Xanax,
No.
and Chimney and the Deaf Choir Boys.
Stinky Febreze.
Yes, that's funky.
720p.
Kid COVID.
Oh, I hear his songs are really catchy.
Father Thermostat.
Nah.
Fuckboy Car Wash.
Oh, I love K-pop.
Wario Lopez, Vampire Olive Garden.
Nah.
DJ Realtor.
Ed's Horny Starfish.
No.
Snape Thrills Dumbledore.
Megan. Why?
Michael Caine, he's just gonna be there.
Nicholas Rage.
I'm out.
Cholula Tapatia.
Jim Cumrag and the Shaky Bones.
Yeah, I play them on the radio. I'm not allowed to, but I would.
King Mattress.
No.
Lil Fauci. Rio Pancake.
The rent is rising, but the minimum wage has remained the same, and Joe's wife is a whore.
Sounds like dubstep.
Trash Can Kelly.
No.
Boba Fett's Malfunction Jetpack. I love him.
Kaka de Pee-Pee.
Okay.
Bipolar Mufasa. Yo Fap No Fap.
Sugar Boob, MC Depression, Lil Union, Carol Baskin Robbins with Stevie Wonder Breads opening for her.
I could do cocaine to
The
that.
Dick Pic NFTs. Freddie Frisco and the Jewel Pods. Bobby Queef.
Whack.
Three Stooges Smegma,
Trey Bark.
Butthole Boogie Board, OK Zoomer, The Back Pockets,
Brenda Dry Clam.
No.
Spicy Gender Fluids, Kyle Gooch,
Bumfucks.
Trisexual Ceratops,
Sir, please wear a mask.
Donny Osmond, of course, Dead Sharon,
Oh, yeah, she kills it.
Pine Soul.
Karen and the Managers,
They sound terrible.
Tattoos over personality.
Lil
Nah.
Sushi, it's pronounced Fa,
Nah.
Disappointing Aside.
And Chumbawamba.
You guys even want to go to this shit?
Yeah?
Who's headlining, though?
Betty White's hologram!
Betty White already? I'm in, alright? I'll make some calls. Yeah!
Arizona Lit Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Here we go! Yo, welcome back to the podcast broadcast. We are live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, but actually not right now. We're talking behind some songs. It's Rico and I hanging out here on the podcast broadcast. Good morning, everybody. You just saw our new sketch. I'll play that for you again a little bit later on. In case you missed it, we were going over the updated concert list for Coachella, the headliners, and the whole shebang. It was a good time shooting that. So we have a lot of things that we're going to cover on the podcast broadcast today. We're going to have ESPN Radio's Justin Spears popping in with us, talking about the NFL playoffs. We might check in with Herb Strafford, and we don't have any movie releases this weekend worth talking about. That's why Herb's not in studio this week. But maybe we'll geek out about Peacemaker. Have you been watching that, Rico?
No, you were talking about it, though. I'm kind of intrigued now.
Dude, I love it. 4 episodes in, the last episode, episode 4 debuted yesterday, and it's entertaining. It's rewatchable, and we're keeping an eye on the stats of how many people are rewatching the show. And good morning, Manny. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, JJ.
Morning.
Excuse me. More importantly, good morning, Teresa.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes.
Yeah, if you guys don't
That'll
know what
wake you
that's
up.
all about, that was just from Teresa winning tickets for Megadeth. And she was so excited. Her yes was arousing. And I clipped it because I'm a pervert and I replayed it over and over again. And
No
now
shame.
people are sick of it. So that's how we do that. All right. Yeah, so many things to cover here. I do got a lot lined up here for our podcast broadcast. And we're going to start things off here with a viral video. Now, here's the backstory. Hold on, sorry about that. Before I add this on, the backstory is, we joke about these YouTubers doing dumbass stuff just to get clicks. and risking their lives. In fact, we made a Jake Paul joke that he wants to fight Mike Tyson just so he can die and his YouTube page will blow up because of it. The infamy, right?
Yep. They'll make a statue out of him and everything.
Yeah. Well, let me introduce you to this guy. This guy's name is Trevor. He barely missed out on the bronze in the Winter Olympics of 2014. He now runs a popular YouTube channel and a website called adventured.com. So you might have seen this video before. And what happened was Trevor was going on a low plane ride, but it's suspect at best. So here's Trevor, setting things up like, hey guys, I'm going to go on a plane ride. Let's hear a little bit of Trevor. What was his intro here?
Doing the run up, and we'll be on our way soon. So much love. We'll see you in the air.
Okay, now notice he's wearing a backpack, or not a backpack, a parachute. He's wearing a parachute. So, you don't normally see pilots put on the parachute when they fly. It's a good idea, because you don't want to crash your plane. But usually pilots, they go up in the air with the intention of landing the plane. And wearing a parachute kind of says something else. So Trevor's in trouble with the FAA. He's in trouble with the FAA because of what happens here. All right. So I'm going to play a little bit of this clip. All of a sudden, while he's flying, now he's got GoPro cameras.
Oh, yeah. He's hooked up.
Their GoPro cameras are everywhere. Okay.
This is insane.
Yeah. They're on the wing. They're on the tail. They're everywhere. And so this is what happens to Trevor. He's like, oh, I'm just flying. Everything's cool. Yep. Just recording. Oh, my door's cracked open, but that's no big deal. Oh, the plane stopped working. What? Oh, I guess I got to jump out now.
Holy I'm over the mountains and I get out and exit out.
What? Not prepared at all, you guys. Not prepared.
Yep.
Oh.
Now, this guy doesn't even deserve a Razzie for this acting.
Oh, no.
And I'm saying acting because, again, like the FAA is now looking into him because they're just like, wait a second. Everything about this is too coincidental. We're going to show you the rest of this clip after I do this tease here in 30 seconds and give you an update of what the charges that he's facing if the investigation continues to go through and how long he may have to see prison time for if they find him guilty of staging this stunt. Because, again, what he's doing here was all for clicks.
He's the Jussie Smollett of the sky.
Jussie Smollett of the sky. Juicy, yeah, whatever.
Juicy Smollett.
Right. Here, let's get this.
Wow.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's a podcast broadcast. We're live on the Rock 102.1 Facebook page and youtube.com/bevegan. And only there will you see the viral video of a guy who staged a plane crash, or at least we believe he did. We're weighing in on whether or not this whole thing about this plane crash was staged just for YouTube clicks, and if this dude Trevor should go to prison. And then when we return, we also have Justin Spears checking in with us from ESPN Radio and a whole lot more. So that's all coming up on the radio and on the podcast broadcast. We're looking at viral videos. So join us on the KFMA page or youtube.com/bevegan. Here's Foo Fighters on Rock 102.1. Clear. Okay, so we're back. So like I said, let's get back into this. Here's the plane. And again, this is actually really compelling video. So he did good, but you're not allowed to just crash a plane into the mountains.
You're not?
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah. Let that be a lesson for you, Rico.
There goes my ear.
Mm-hmm.
Holy.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. What do I do?
Good thing I brought this parachute on me.
Yes. Good thing I always wear it. I wear it to the Olive Garden. It just looks like swag.
Yeah.
You like my fit, bro? And then boom. So now he's out, but you're like, wait a second, it's still filming.
Different angles. Got to make sure I get the angles in there.
I know that's super loud here, so I'm turning it down. So he's there. He's keeping an eye on the plane. It's important for him to keep an eye on the plane because he knows what he's doing. He's an Olympic athlete. He obviously knows how to parachute and he knows how to fly a plane, but he also knows how to guide his parachute down to wherever the plane crashes. So you're watching the plane in free fall mode. Okay, the engine is turned off, and now it's just falling into the mountains. Now, anyone could be hiking those mountains. Anyone could be camping in those mountains. You don't know, and this is why it's really reckless. Dude could be killing somebody, and luckily, he doesn't. So keep an eye on it, and then there with one finger just starts guiding himself, basically following the airplane. And we get to see this airplane crash, which, again, is really cool content. See, this is him filming it from afar. Look at that.
Footage.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
This is real life GTA, we were saying. Like, this is...
Yeah. How's it going? It's dropping.
Wow.
Here it comes, going in for the crash landing. And this dude, I got to see how many hits is on this video, but it's a lot. It was enough to get the FAA's attention.
That guy did what with the plane?
Right. And here it comes in for the crash.
And the money shot.
And boom! Fade to black. But this one doesn't fade to black. This one's good.
I was going to say GoPro power, baby.
Ooh. Dunzo.
Salvage.
So Trevor has to follow it. And he's
plane.
Pretty good, but where the plane crashed, the shrubbery wasn't ideal for someone to land in, and he gets stuck. Yeah.
Amp up the emotions, baby.
Well, no, that hurts. Look at the thorn. He's in a thorn bush. He's got like sticks up his ass. He does. So that takes him a while.
I'm not going camping with this guy anytime soon.
No.
He's gonna attract a grizzly bear just for clicks.
Right.
Like, what's this guy doing?
Hold on. There's a commercial that give it 5 seconds. Because he's gonna walk up to the plane. You're gonna see the damage to this plane. I crashed my plane is the headline or the title for this video.
Accidentally.
20 minutes. He didn't put accidentally in there.
I know. Should have.
He should have. It will hold
That's
up
smart.
in court. So here's the plane. You see it as he's walking towards it.
Woo.
He did land within 100 yards or less, 50 yards away from the plane. So he's pretty good on the parachute. And then there it is. It's all crumpled up. So we got about 18 seconds before we get on the air. I'm going to recap the story real quick, and I'm going to tell you what he's facing, what the FAA is saying about it as well. All right. So
what are you in for, man?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's super crazy. So we're starting off the podcast broadcast with that. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. It's the podcast broadcast. And on the podcast part of the show, we showed a video of this dude, Trevor, who crashed his airplane on purpose, the FAA believes. Now, this video was released in November and has become viral. It was released on November 24th. He was flying by himself in a single-engine plane from California coast to Mammoth. And that's where a lot of winter sports happen. It's important to mention that because he used to be a Winter Olympian, and he actually missed out on the bronze at the Winter Olympics in 2014. There, Trevor decided to turn his sights onto a YouTube career, and he does these extreme sports kind of things that people like watching on YouTube, preferably sponsored by Red Bull. But if you're not sponsored by Red Bull, you can still get extreme. Okay. So he's flying his plane and wearing a parachute. And then coincidentally, the airplane engine cuts out. And so he has to parachute out. Now he has about 3 cameras mounted to his airplane because he was just going to film himself flying in an airplane. Right. So he jumps out the airplane. He follows it down in his parachute, films the damage, lands in a bush, hurts himself a little bit, but it's all great YouTube content, as we know. Now, some people think he staged it. I think he staged it, but pilots usually don't fly with a parachute on. Plus, he just bought the plane, which was in disrepair. So he bought a very cheap plane that he knew he wanted to total. And he told the seller he was planning to, quote unquote, do something special with it, but he didn't elaborate. Now, on top of this isn't going to help his case out. November 24th is not just a random date. Did you know this, Rico?
No. It's
an infamous date. On that day, 50 years prior, D.B. Cooper, the guy who hijacked the plane in 1971, collected $200,000 in ransom. Yes, it was the anniversary of D.B. Cooper's hijacking.
Clever.
Yeah, and he parachuted out over at Washington State and was never seen again. Mm-hmm. So Trevor, without admitting it in the YouTube video, because that's liability, basically staged a stunt in honor of the anniversary, knowing that it would get a bunch of clicks. Because how often do you get to see a first-person plane crash? Right?
Not often.
Right.
Unless video games. That's about it.
Now, here's the deal. FAA is looking into this. They are investigating. And if he did orchestrate this crash, he could be looking at jail time. In fact, up to 10 years in prison at the very least. So that's what they're looking at right now. And I'm keeping an eye on this story because this is a D-bag move, dude.
Yeah. Get on this like immediately.
Right. So you can see that video on the podcast broadcast stream, or if you want to be lazy, just search I Crashed My Plane on YouTube. And while you're there, subscribe to Beef Vegan Presents. Let's hit the reset. When we return, we're going to be back with Justin Spears from ESPN Radio talking about the NFL playoffs, who's favored, who looks like they're going to go away, and so much more. So keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA, Beef Vegan Presents. Clear. All right. So there's that.
They need to get on him quick before the hashtag, plane crash challenge takes off.
Ah,
A
yes.
bunch of kids start getting the rich friends like, hey, man, let's go to the plane. Let's jump out.
Yeah, somebody's going to crash their plane into his ass in jail. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. He should get jail time. I totally agree.
It's a bonehead move.
Good morning, Brian. Let's see. We're doing a Teresa challenge as well. So if you're streaming and you want to call in, if you can give a better yes than this, then I want to hear it. So that's the Teresa challenge. Teresa won their tickets today. And I do like this yes.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, super good. Yes, I'm a pervert. We know this. What else? What other comments we got going on here in the stream?
It's your new intro for your show.
I think I might. It won't be the last time you hear that.
Be vegan present. Yes.
Yes, I will. That's a great idea, too, for a sweeper.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What have I done?
Yeah, it's your fault.
Sorry, everybody.
I got to debut this video clip a couple times. But first, let's check in with Justin Spears. Good morning.
Justin.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good yeah.
We have some kind of echo going on.
His laptop, I think.
Yeah, so you got to fix that.
Is it because I'm not wearing headphones?
It might be. It is.
I'll fix that.
All right, fix that, and then we'll check back in with Spears here. So yes, we realized that we had the echo. Thank you for the heads up, streamers. You guys are awesome. Don't forget, we do have our final of our sandwich showdown. It's between EG's and
Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's. Thank you for that. I spaced. So you guys got to comment below. Either if you're upset and you wanted someone else to be in the final, go ahead and voice your opinion there. That all helps our reach as we're kind of spreading the gospel of Beef Vegan Presents, but also vote for your favorite between Jimmy John's and EG's. And honestly, and this has been as straight up as possible. It's not a troll. We've been counting the votes. I've been doing the little surveys on Instagram and looking at the percentages there. Tons of people voting for. We'll check back in here with Spears in a second. Tons of people voting for EG's in Tucson, which is not a surprise, right? If you're from Tucson, you know it. That surprised me when I first moved in here. When I moved down here, I was like, Jesus, what? People love their EG's. Yeah, like they're passionate about EG's. So let's see how Spears is doing. How you doing, buddy?
There he is.
I have to unmute him. I think you muted yourself, so unmute yourself.
Technical difficulty.
All right, as Spears is working this out, we had a couple clips that we want to share. We got some live people. What do we got? 12 on Facebook. I'll replay this. You guys might have caught the end of this on our live video stream. The other day, Powers, Rico, and myself were all hanging out in my kitchen, and they came across an updated lineup for Coachella. Yes, one that you haven't even seen before. And we broke it down and went a little something like this. Check it out.
Yeah, no, I know she's your mom. That's why you don't want to have a threesome.
Oh my God! They just released a list of who's playing at Coachella.
What? No way, dude. Send that to me.
Oh, you know what? I gotta go. I got some radio content brewing. Did you guys say Coachella? Who's playing? It makes me pumped.
You haven't heard of any of these guys.
What are you talking about? I'm a morning show host on a 90s rock station. I probably know all these bands. Who's on the lineup?
You want to know?
Yeah?
No, that's one of the bands. Well, Just Crust,
Nah.
DJ Xanax,
No.
and Chimney and the Deaf Choir Boys.
Stinky Febreze.
Yes, that's funky.
720p.
Kid COVID.
Oh, I hear his songs are really catchy.
Father Thermostat.
Nah.
Fuckboy Car Wash.
Oh, I love K-pop.
Wario Lopez, Vampire Olive Garden.
Nah.
DJ Realtor.
Ed's Horny Starfish.
No.
Snape Thrills Dumbledore.
Megan. Why?
Michael Caine, he's just going to be there.
Nicholas Rage.
I'm out.
Cholula Tapatia.
Jim Cumrag and the Shaky Bones.
Yeah, I play them on the radio. I'm not allowed to, but I would.
King Mattress.
No.
Lil Fauci. Rio Pancake.
The rent is rising, but the minimum wage has remained the same, and Joe's wife is a whore.
Sounds like dubstep.
Trash Can Kelly.
No.
Boba Fett's Malfunction Jetpack. I love him.
Kaka de Pee-Pee.
Okay.
Bipolar Mufasa. Yo Fap No Fap.
Sugar Boob, MC Depression, Lil Union, Carol Baskin Robbins with Stevie Wonder Breads opening for her.
I could do cocaine to
The
that.
Dick Pic NFTs. Freddie Frisco and the Jewel Pods. Bobby Queef.
Whack.
Three Stooges Smegma,
Trey Bark.
Butthole Boogie Board, OK Zoomer, The Back Pockets,
Brenda Dry Clam.
No.
Spicy Gender Fluids, Kyle Gooch,
Bumfucks.
Trisexual Ceratops,
Sir, please wear a mask.
Donny Osmond, of course, Dead Sharon,
Oh, yeah, she kills.
Pine Soul.
Karen and the Managers,
They sound terrible.
Tattoos over personality.
Lil Sushi, it's pronounced Fa,
Nah.
Disappointing Aside.
And Chumbawamba.
You guys even want to go to this shit?
Yeah?
Who's headlining, though?
Betty White's hologram!
Betty White already? I'm in, alright? I'll make some calls. Yeah!
So stupid.
Paige says Karen and the Managers. That's her favorite. What was your favorite band on the Coachella lineup or
I'm
the
excited for
Nochella?
Kyle Gooch.
Kyle Gooch is
great.
good. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely, absolutely. I did like Carol Baskin Robbins,
Mhm.
so that's a good one. Let's see. I'm glad you liked it. So yes, that was our Coachella list lineup. Let us know what you think.
Betty
Yes.
White's hologram is going to be insane.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Still waiting on Spears to figure out his technical difficulties. You might want to there you go, X out and X back in. Or X back in. I don't know if that's saying. so we're gonna post that video on its own on the KFMA Facebook page. I have to wait till tomorrow morning though, because I'm only allowed to post within 6 to 10 a.m. And there's so many restrictions on me, so many. It's like there's a governor on me, left and right, and they're just like, we're not against you, but you're not allowed to do anything cool.
You're a free bird.
Like, okay, I'll try my best, right? So, yeah, we'll be posting that, and it'll be fun. The full list. Yeah, what's the full list, Rico? Do you have the full list?
It's in the Word document. I can put it up there.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
let's see that.
Or the Photoshop, the actual Coachella poster.
Yeah, Spears, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Yeah, so the only headphones that I have are only made for iPhone. So I can't plug it into my laptop.
Mm.
So I got my phone here and I'm connected via mobile device. But
Here's what we're gonna do.
I'm sorry,
okay?
guys. It's amateur
No.
hour with me right now.
No, there's a way to work around this, and I got this. You know, I'm a MacGyver when it comes to this stuff. Go ahead, take those headphones off, and you could join us visually on the stream. But I'm going to mute your mic, and then I need you to call 600 KFMA, and we're going to talk to you through the phone line.
Let's do it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to have Spears do that. It's
Modern problems require modern solutions.
absolutely. There isn't a see. That's the thing with the governor and the handcuffs they're putting on me here at the station. There hasn't been an obstacle that I haven't figured a workaround on. You know,
Right.
I will overcome whether they want it to happen or not. So the phone number again, Spears, is 600 KFMA. That's 600-5263. And if you want to start off with saying yes, and then that would be appreciated.
Sexual yes.
Yes, I need a sexual yes. From you.
sexual yes. I need a sexual
Oh, you still need to mute the. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Sexy.
I miss you, buddy. You know, it's good to see
I
your
miss
face.
you guys.
Yeah. Now,
It's good to see you guys.
were you at the U of A basketball game last night?
I was watching it because the game was at Maples Pavilion in Palo Alto, so it was in Northern California. But, man, what a clinic did they put on. I mean, beating Stanford by 28 points. I mean, that was a team that gave USC their first loss of the season. So, man, did the Cats look good last night.
Yeah. I was going to go to my first game this last Saturday, my very first Wildcats basketball game, which is a big deal. It's the first time me stepping in the arena in the 5 years. And I was disappointed in myself that wasn't the case. And I went with, my girlfriend's brother-in-law, who, if you're going to go to any U of A activity with, that's the dude to go with, right? So he's got VIP all the way around and these great seats. And I have like third row seats on the camera side that my girlfriend and I are going to go and enjoy. And unfortunately, my girlfriend had an emergency, right? It's a womanly thing. But the problem was the bathrooms weren't stocked up and the emergency started happening. And we figured it was just too bad to where we had to go. There was no way she was going to sit through this game. So we actually left before tip-off, which was unfortunate.
Oh,
yeah. But the funny thing with my girlfriend is she likes to give too much information to strangers. So while we were leaving the arena, we're going down the ramp. Now there was a little like barrier there, just a little tape they stretch across there. You know what I'm talking about? The little rope. Show people you shouldn't exit this way unless you're leaving. But right now it's to keep people from going up and sneaking into the arena. So I'm like, let's get out of here. So we're walking down the ramp and the security guard asks, are you guys leaving for good? And I go, yes. I answer yes real quick. That's it. That's all they wanted to know. If we were leaving for good, we could leave from this exit, right? My girlfriend goes into explanation mode. And she's loud. She's like, yeah, we had a little emergency and we just couldn't stay here at the game and we just had to go. And I'm like, shut up now. Shush. I'm like, first off, you're making it seem like someone shit their pants. And the way that I walk, they're going to think it's me.
Yep.
Because I walk like I shit my pants. So, and she's saying it loud enough that not only the security guard heard, but everyone standing in line
like,
waiting to get in his hearing.
Yeah.
So
that guy shat himself.
Yeah. Because they're not going to assume it's like the skinny, pretty girl that shit her pants. It's always going to be the chubby guy.
He's like, this guy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Beef, chances are you're never going to see those people ever again. That I was that guy that was always afraid to use the bathroom in public, use number 2 in public.
Yeah.
Because I was always afraid of that embarrassment of opening up the stall and seeing somebody there washing their hands, just judging me.
Yeah.
I kind of realized, those people are never going to see me ever again. So who cares?
Yeah, but you do that here at work and you blow this bathroom up, man. I hear it.
That I do. That I do.
No
that
shame.
I do.
No shame.
Yeah, and it's not about seeing them again. I'm kind of a public figure. They'll see me again and be like, isn't that guy that shit himself at the Wildcat Arena? Like, no. God, it was my girlfriend who did. So yeah, that was my U of A Wildcat basketball experience. But I do know that there will be an opportunity for me to go back. How many more home games are left in the season? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know off the top of my head, but we're now in late January, so we're approaching the final stretch of the season. We got about 6 weeks left
for March Madness.
The year, and then bam, it's Pac-12 tournament early March in Las Vegas. So it's the final stretch. Arizona, they're 15-1 right now. They're the number 3 ranked team in the country.
Mm-hmm.
There were some issues that I thought were going to, rise when Kerr Kriisa was out against Utah. And then Arizona's bench was only trimmed to a couple of guys. Arizona last night had 39 bench points. Umar Ballo had probably his best game as a Wildcat coming off the bench for Christian Koloko, who got into foul trouble. So this team, man, you never know what you're going to get out of them on a nightly basis.
Let's get on the air real quick.
To watch.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're rapping with Justin Spears from ESPN Radio, 104.9 and 1490 AM on the phone. He hosts Spears and Ali each weekday afternoon from 3 to 6. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning, guys. How are we doing?
Pretty good. Real quick, we're recapping the great Wildcats game win last night. They're 15-1. They're ranked number 3. They're a shoo-in for the Sweet 16 bracket, right? There's no way they're not going to be participating in this just because they're so dominant. And last night we had our massive bench points. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, so we were just talking about it on the stream. I mean, Arizona, I thought that they were going to have bench issues approaching March Madness because you saw it against Utah. Kirk Risa was out with a minor injury from, quote, horsing around during pregame meal. Tommy Lloyd still hasn't said anything about that. But, you know, when Kerr was out, you had Justin Kier move into the starting lineup. And then the only two bench guys that you had come off the bench was Umar Ballo and Pella Larson. And Arizona only had 13 bench points against Utah. Fast forward to last night, they had 39 bench points against Stanford on the road. Umar Ballo, who is the other 7-footer on the team, he came off the bench for Christian Coloco, who got into foul trouble and was awesome for Arizona last night. So that's the kind of production they need from their bench if they want to go deep in March. And man, did they get it. And listen, Arizona, through the first 5 Pac-12 games, again, conference games, Pac-12 opponents,
The most important
their
ones.
average margin of victory is 21.6 points.
That's
So not
beautiful.
only is Arizona beating their conference opponents, they're kicking their butt.
Yeah, they're
So,
spanking them.
good start for Tommy Lloyd.
Yeah, like almost a perfect start for Tommy Lloyd, and for someone to have these results so quickly, it's just amazing to him. And you get very hopeful for the longevity of his career and his mark here. And it's a very
Absolutely.
exciting time to be a U of A Wildcat basketball fan in this town again, both with the men and the women. So that's fantastic. Let's get into NFL football playoffs because obviously
Yeah.
we're working our way to the Super Bowl, which I'm most excited about the halftime show, to be honest with you. There was a trailer that dropped with Dr. Dre and everyone yesterday. But let's talk about who might potentially be in the Super Bowl based off of who we're seeing play this weekend.
Unfortunately, you know, the conference championships, the matchups that I really wanted to see in the AFC, NFC championships are happening this weekend. I mean, I love the Green Bay Packers 49ers matchup. I think Aaron Rodgers is an awesome quarterback, and I think he is very capable of leading the Packers to the Super Bowl. But the matchup on the NFC side that I'm really wanting to watch is the LA Rams versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because the Rams against the Cardinals last week showed that they didn't really need much from Matt Stafford to be very successful.
Yeah.
I mean, he was only like 11 for 17 passing. Like, he did exactly what Jared Goff did, but he's a much better quarterback than Jared Goff. So that's why I think the Rams traded away Goff for Stafford, because it's like, hey, if Goff can get us to the Super Bowl and get us within 1 touchdown and win this whole thing, we get a much polished version of Jared Goff. I always said Matt Stafford is a rich man's Jared Goff.
Right.
And now we're starting to see that Matt Stafford doesn't need to do too much in this Rams offense in order for them to win, because he's got great weapons around him in Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham, Tyler Higbee. But on the defensive side of the ball, when you have Jalen Ramsey on the back end, and then you have Aaron Donald and Von Miller coming off the bench, I mean, the Rams are a really, really good team, but they're going to play a defending Super Bowl champion in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and how Tom Brady plays without all these weapons, because he doesn't have Chris Godwin.
Right.
Antonio Brown was a crazy man and ran off the field.
His dogs
begin barking.
Yeah, no, I hear him.
They're not happy with those calls.
All right, real quick though, who are you going to pick between the Bucs and the Rams? Because you can't count out Tom Brady in playoff football ever.
No, you can't. This is the greatest quarterback of all time for a reason. Greatest quarterback of all time for a reason. Even if he doesn't have the weapons, you never count out a guy like Tom Brady.
Yes.
You never do. So I think Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, you know, as much as I'd like to see other teams get to the Super Bowl, I like them getting to the big game. And then on the AFC side,
we'll talk about the AFC.
Hold
on a second. We'll talk about the AFC side on the stream and the other games that we're talking about as well. So going into it, you're still favoring the Bucs over the Rams this weekend in the big NFC matchup. More with Justin Spears on the podcast broadcast. Join us on the Rock 102.1 Facebook page or youtube.com/beefvegan. And then we'll bring back Justin on. I want the Rams to go down in a ball of flames. I'm disappointed again, but there you are. Okay,
yeah.
So AFC side, what are we looking at?
So going back to my statement about the divisional games, the one that I really wanted to see in the AFC Championship, the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I love Josh Allen as a quarterback. He is so fun and entertaining. And when he is on, I mean, he is one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, both with his arm and his leg.
Right.
And so now you're getting this matchup with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, all these great players. And the Chiefs defense was always an issue to begin the season. Now they've really start to hit a corner, and the Chiefs are playing a great brand of football. The offense is clicking. The defense looks great. I'm curious to see what the status of Clyde Edwards-Helaire is, their star running back. But, man, wouldn't it be great for the Buffalo Bills to finally have some playoff success after, all the turmoil that they went through as a franchise, going to 4 straight Super Bowls and coming up empty-handed, all the losing seasons that they've had since then. If there's any team that deserves postseason success in the NFL, it's a team like the Buffalo Bills. So I'm really excited for that matchup. But also on the other side, you got Cincinnati versus Tennessee. Tennessee Titans, they're the number 1 seed in the AFC. I feel like they are like the
sleeper pick,
quietest 1 seed in football history. Nobody is ever talking about them.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they don't have the sexy quarterback. They don't have the Patrick Mahomes, the Aaron Rodgers. They have Ryan freaking Tannehill out of all these people. And then you got Joe Burrow for the Cincinnati Bengals, this young up-and-coming team. So the playoffs are in a really good spot. I'm really happy.
Yeah, 2 things. First, hold your puppy up a little bit more because it's the internet and people like to see your puppy. So, yeah, people love dogs, and I'm getting comments on it from our streamers. So, and 2, do people want to see a rematch between Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady?
Yeah, because you have the greatest quarterback of all time versus
Youngblood,
the guy who could be the greatest quarterback of all time.
I don't think
Patrick
he will
Mahomes is only 25 years old. He's got an MVP. He's got a Super Bowl. He's got a Super Bowl MVP. He's done a lot of things that a lot of quarterbacks would kill for before the age of 25 years old. So you have pretty much like Yoda and Baby Yoda going toe-to-toe in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Do you think the Titans have a better chance to be at the Super Bowl because they have been dominating all season long?
Yeah, and it's kind of like they're the AFC version of the San Francisco 49ers. They have subpar quarterback play because Jimmy Garoppolo isn't the greatest quarterback ever, but he's been to a Super Bowl.
Yep.
He's also got the 49ers playing against the Green Bay Packers later on this week in the playoffs. You don't need superb quarterback play from these guys, but what you need to do is you need to know how to run the football. Even without Derrick Henry, the Tennessee Titans still managed to have one of the top rushing offenses in the NFL. And Derrick Henry was full contact this week, so he was able to practice, and there's a very strong possibility that he's available this week against the Cincinnati Bengals. So, the Titans, they're a team that runs the ball well. They have a great defense. Mike Vrabel, their head coach, used to play for Bill Belichick with the New England Patriots, is a defensive-minded guy. I mean, he is a fantastic coach, and they are defensively sound. They know how to run the football. And when you couple those two things together, sometimes you don't need great quarterback play. You need a guy that does just enough to get you that win. So I like the Titans a lot, man. They're the number 1 seed for a reason. Even without Derrick Henry throughout all the entire season, they still managed to get the number 1 seed in the playoffs, which is truly a great feat.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do, as the Cardinals proved. All right, so this weekend there's games, there's big things going on. Are you and Ali going out and doing anything, any broadcasts, or going to check out any games anywhere?
We are not. We don't have any remote shows connected, but we're going to be tuned in watching all the madness going on in the NFL playoffs. And then plus, you got U of A women's basketball tonight at McHale Center. You got Arizona men's basketball against Cal on the road. So there's a lot of good things happening. The Roadrunners are always in action. I believe they're on the road this weekend. So it's a sports heavy weekend in Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. I'm excited about this. All right. Well, continuing to talk about the Super Bowl, I did mention the trailer for the Dr. Dre performance. I'm actually excited about this now.
They made a trailer?
Yes, they made a trailer, and I'm going to show this trailer on the stream here.
That's funny.
Yeah, I can't play the audio or they'll flag this video. But, so he's playing chess, right? And Dre's the king of LA. So here comes the LA pieces popping up. Now, initially, when they announced this lineup, I was like, how are they going to do this? Because obviously, all of their content is explicit by nature. Look at young Slim Shady with old Slim Shady putting words together. I'll tell you this right now, as somebody who used to freestyle regularly and competitively, it's like you see this when you get in the zone and you're freestyling. It is kind of like you're seeing the words in the air, and not as clear as this, but it is like you're grabbing words and putting them together. I've been in that zone before. It's no bullshit. And I see a lot of people kind of correlate. Like there was a movie called Bodied that showed battle rappers, and essentially the same premise. That's how it is. It's really cool to see visually. So this is Eminem, of course, starting things off. And I guess they use that Marvel technology, huh?
They got that Tony Stark tech.
Yeah, to make it the young Eminem go against them. Now, with this
Eminem's
lineup,
in the MCU.
Yeah, Eminem is in the MCU, and this is like the rap Avengers that they're forming right now.
Yeah.
So Eminem hops on a private plane from Detroit, making his way to LA. Snoop Dogg is chilling in a low. Bumping probably his own music because he's the only one listening to Snoop Dogg's latest album. But he's chilling with a bunch of homies and lolos, bouncing. And I'm trying to think of other slang.
I'm hip.
Yeah. Then he gets a text message.
Hitting them corners.
Yeah. And then he hits the corner right there. He goes 3-wheel motion. That's 3-wheel motion. And then turns around to meet up with his homie Dre, but says hi to the bitches on his way.
Yeah.
Because you got to say hi to the bitches. Got it. And then Mary J. Blige, there's Family Affairs playing in the background while she's doing a photo shoot because she hasn't worked in 15 years, but they love to take photos of Mary J. Blige,
of course,
who's the queen of R&B. So she's just doing her thing. And of course, then she gets a text message from, Tony Stark, aka Dr. Dre. And immediately she got a Black Widow her ass to the studio. She's like, yeah, I'm there. He just gets up.
I gotta go.
Mid hairdo, right?
Bugatti.
It's like the girl's like, "Wait, I'm still doing your hair." She's like, "No, I gotta go." When Dre calls, you gotta answer. And then they cut to Kendrick Lamar, who's scribbling away. He's writing bars, right? He's just like, "Hey, this is fire. I'm writing some fire right here. So I'll throw that in the air. That's trash. Let me throw that away.
That's an NFT.
That's fire. That is an NFT. You need to sell
So
that.
that's why his album's taking forever to release, because all the papers are just flying out the window.
There it
Not
is.
very productive.
There it is. Yeah. So see, he's writing it down. You're seeing that his excellent penmanship, which shouldn't be ignored. And then God receives those bars, and they're like, good bars, son. and then it cuts to Dre walking outside his Malibu mansion, and there's look at the
giant
keyboard.
ocean piano.
Yeah, ocean piano.
Wow.
And this is
rich people.
And they're playing Still DRE when that happens, which was written by Jay-Z, 100%, not music. And Dre looks a little weird in this shot. And then they show LA because the Super Bowl is in Los Angeles. So I don't think you could have came up with a better lineup for a halftime performance representing a city than this. And this is the first time that gangster rappers performed at the Super Bowl. And there's Dre just looking dope, saying, yeah, this is my city. I'm about to put it down. I'm bringing an all-star cast. And the songs that they featured here, you're like, okay, now I can see it. There's ways that they can go through hits without cursing. There's ways that they could mash this together. And now I'm excited. Like, okay, well, Dr. Dre, he's investing his own money in this, right? A lot of money. Talking millions of dollars. And there's no insurance policy that will cover him in case the Super Bowl gets canceled because of COVID. Looks like it won't be the case, which is the good news. But he put his money where his mouth is.
Nice.
So putting all this money into the show, I'm wondering from a DJ perspective, because Dr. Dre started off on the ones and twos, like scratching everything. And if you saw Straight Outta Compton, you know a little bit about his backstory. I wonder if he's going to mix the live show. Like these songs are going to be blended like a DJ would blend them together in a club. That's what I want to see.
That would be cool.
Wouldn't that be cool?
But it sounds like a liability. They're not gonna. I don't, but he put all of his money on the roll here, huh?
Yes. Well, not. I mean, obviously, Pepsi or there's going to be other investors, so he's not footing 100% of the bill.
Yeah.
But he is putting, and
that would be dope.
Yeah. Let me look. I could Google that real quick.
I just think that Snoop Dogg's gonna half-ass it. He's a Pittsburgh fan. He's like, I don't even care.
Yeah.
It's like I'm out. I don't care anymore.
Right. I'm just getting text messages from Dave. Dave, a salesperson, says confirming that you do stadium announcing for the Roadrunners. Dave's not watching this, but no, I do not do stadium announcing.
Dr. Dre will be at the Roadrunners game.
I just tried to Google. Hold on, Dr. Dre. Now look at
the Packers going to look good in LA, though. I'll tell you that much.
Super.
Yeah, wait,
no, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
Ooh,
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
No.
We got
Aaron Rodgers
back. Come on,
stop. Aaron Rodgers' COVID toe is going to prevent him from going to the Super Bowl.
COVID toe.
Halftime cost.
Somebody asked in the chat, Dr. Dre and Eminem did the 2011 Super Bowl, right? I feel like I would have known that.
Oh,
he might have.
Did they?
No, I have to Google the. Well, Rico, can you Google that?
Yeah.
So I'm looking up how much money Dr. Dre is set to lose if they cancel the Super Bowl. It's in the millions. We're trying to find that out, but we got 5 seconds. I got to get on the air here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. That's the White Stripes on Beef Vegan Presents. It's the podcast broadcast. So welcome back to the FM side of this. On the stream, we were talking about the Super Bowl halftime show because Dr. Dre released a trailer for it yesterday, and it looked great. We watched the trailer together, and I know that I did a story here not too long ago about how much money Dr. Dre could possibly lose if they ended up canceling the Super Bowl, which they're not going to, which is the good news. But if they even didn't have people in the stands, he could lose a lot of money. But because he's investing a lot of this money for the show himself, and there's no insurance policy that would cover it if a pandemic prevents the show from going on. It's kind of a clause that most major insurance companies included about 5 years ago, before COVID happened, like they knew it was coming. Conspiracy. We got Justin Spears from ESPN Radio on the phone with us as well. As I'm looking through the numbers here, trying to find it out. The other question was, didn't Dr. Dre perform 2011 Super Bowl? Did you find that answer out, Rico?
I didn't see it. I mean, it says 2006. He was part of the Detroit festivities around that Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
But I didn't. I'm not finding anything else as far as performance.
Yeah.
2011 was the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, no. So Dr. Dre's not going to be seen with that.
The
Peas. And then that's the closest you got to hardcore rap on a Super Bowl halftime show was the Black Eyed Peas. But yeah, so there is millions of dollars. I don't have the final total, but we did report on this like a week or two ago here on the show that he did invest his own money. So he is set to lose money if it doesn't go through, but it's a moot point because it is going through and we're excited about it. So now we just got to find out who the teams are going to be in the Super Bowl. Oh, he says Packers. Yeah, you would say that.
I know.
Okay, I got a little story I want to share with you guys real quick. You ever heard the expression of clicking with someone? You ever found somebody that you clicked with? Okay, who am I asking? Yes. Yeah, Justin, have you ever clicked with anybody?
Sure.
Yeah.
Who hasn't?
Right.
No.
And Rico, apparently not.
I thought you were talking to him.
I'm
you know I've clicked. I click all the time.
Okay.
I'm a clicker.
Well, apparently it's not just an expression because science says you can quote unquote click with someone. In a new study, researchers found that when two people are on the same page in a conversation, their minds really do click together to a certain degree, leading to faster response times while talking. That makes me feel like Rico and I have not clicked because it took him 30 minutes to answer my question.
We're not clicking.
But there's this actual scientific background on clicking.
Somebody got paid for that study? I could have told you.
No, you couldn't have.
Yeah. Common sense. Like, oh, yeah, you get along with somebody, your conversation is going to go so much better. What?
It's not a common sense study.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, well, let's hit the reset because we got a beef tip coming up here after the break. We'll continue the conversation on our podcast broadcast stream, so join us there, and we'll talk about Sandwich Showdown. It's Rock 102.1 Beef Vegan Presents. Clear. All right, Sandwich Showdown. Have you seen our brackets we've been posting here, Justin?
No, what's going on?
Okay. Oh, I'm glad that
I want to hear him weigh in on this. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is something that we're trying to get to the bottom of here, and we really enjoy it. And you're going to enjoy this too, because this is kind of sports related. We do a bracket. We had a discussion of who is the best chain sub sandwich restaurant. Okay. With that, if you could think off the top of your head, you're a sandwich guy.
Quiznos.
Quiznos went out of business, son. That's how bad they were.
Bummer.
So what are you talking about, Quiznos? All right, so here's your.
I chose the 16 seed.
Since you haven't seen it, he chose the 16 seed. Yeah. We actually had it down to 8. Okay, so we couldn't do a Sweet 16, but there were people mad that we didn't mention like Cheap Hut and other options. There definitely are other options, but between these 8. Subway, Potbelly, Which, Jimmy John's, Firehouse, EG's, Baggins, and Jersey Mike's. Which one would you think would go on to the next round? Give me 4, actually, real quick, because you haven't seen this.
I would say Subway, Jimmy John's, Baggins, and EG's.
There you go.
Okay, those are excellent guesses, and you got 3 out of 4. That's the good news. So then our second round was, this was votes. So we posted this asking people to vote for their favorite. We did it both on Facebook and Instagram. We were doing little surveys on the stories and counting people's comments. And from those results, we came up with the final 4. Our final 4 was Subway, Jimmy John's, EG's, and Jersey Mike's. Have you never been to Jersey Mike's?
I have been to Jersey Mike's only one time. And honestly, I couldn't even tell you really anything off the menu. I just got a simple turkey sandwich.
Okay.
It wasn't really anything.
It's like, wait a minute.
So.
Yeah. Nah, you're pissing me off now. So I owe you lunch anyways for coming on the show. Let me take you out to Jersey Mike's here soon, okay?
Trying to convert them.
Yeah. That's what I do. I've done that to people who came to my birthday party. Spears didn't show up to that. But anyways, I digress. So out of these 4.
I was working.
Okay. Out of these 4, who are the 2 do you think that are in the finals? Subway, Jimmy John's, EG's, or Jersey Mike's?
I'm going to go with Jimmy John.
Damn.
Okay.
And then, I know a lot of people love to represent Tucson, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go with EG's. Jimmy John's versus EG's is the natty.
Spot on, dude.
Wow.
So in our bracket of our finals, here we are. Jimmy John's versus EG's. And like I said, I'm reminding streamers there to comment below this post and let us know your favorite between these 2. And of course, you can voice your displeasure as well, because all comments help for the reach of this post. And, it's branded original content. So the goal of this is not only to find the best or the favorite, I should say, amongst Tucsonans, the chain sub restaurants, but also to promote the show and the station and let people know we exist. So we've done very well with these posts so far, where this has been fun for us. And we're going to reveal the winner Monday morning. So right now, the finals is what Spears predicted. He does this better than he does picks football teams. That's for sure. Jimmy John's and EG's. So between these 2, which one would you vote for, Spears?
Which one would I vote for? I'd probably go with Jimmy John. I mean, the Italian nightclub. Oof, that's a very delicious sandwich.
Okay.
And also, one thing that Jimmy John thrives in is free smells. They have it on their window. You go in.
Yep.
It's just a really good smell. But who do I think is going to win? EG's, just because people want to represent Tucson. People love to pick the T-Loaf chain. So I think EG's is going to win, but I pick Jimmy John.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think those are great points. And I agree with you all the way around.
He's going with the upset.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think Jimmy John's going to win, though. I do think, just based off Tucson love, that it's going to be EG's, but we'll find out. We'll find out on Monday. Yeah. So I'm really pushing that. When you get a chance, go ahead and share that too, Spears, because I know you got sandwich loving friends. And it's like breaking it down. And people are pissed that their favorite sub shop was not included. Chiba Hut mentioned several times. Then local spots that I haven't even heard of. Some of them, I'm like, wait a second, that sandwich is garbage. There was a place that I'm not going to say the name because I'm going to shit on it. But it's a bar, right? And someone's like, "Oh, you should have got this bar," and they were kind of talking shit because I didn't include this bar, and they tagged a bar. So I'm like, cool, I'll check it out. This bar is in my area. And like at first I thought it was just a sandwich place, but I'm like, wait a second, this is a bar. Okay, bar food. Let me look at it. And they showed pictures, and it's like homemade sandwiches. You know, like you could make. There's no pizzazz. It doesn't look good at all.
Like a homemade sauce or something, though.
Yeah, and no, I'm not talking about Bison Witches. Bison Witches is a great sandwich, and if there was more than one location, we probably would have put them on the list. But yeah. So I looked at this bar and I looked through the menu. And I was thinking about checking it out, and then after I saw it, I wasn't impressed. And so then I realized not everyone's an expert. You know, sometimes you got to help out those who think they know a good sandwich.
I'm shocked you didn't have people like Uber Eats you some sandwiches, like fans. Like,
well,
you got to try this one.
There was, and we might do this next week on the stream, actually, because you said EG's is your favorite, Rico.
Tops. It's one of the tops.
Okay. Well, somebody suggested on our Instagram page that we do a blind taste test between the Final Four. Yeah, between the Final Four, do a blind taste test, and I'm like, that's a good idea.
You're aware of the bread, though, the textures. You're very professional.
I am. No, I see. I would have to provide the blind taste test. You can't blind taste test me.
I know.
Like I know.
No. There's air pockets.
Beef is reading. One. Beef is holding the bread, and he's like reading it like it's Braille.
Exactly.
He's like, oh, this is a Jimmy John's loaf.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. He would.
I could probably do it by smell. Honestly, just smelling the bread, I'll know which sub place it's from, and that's me. I'm an expert on these subs, and that's no joke. But what's Fat Fairy Fitness says Jimmy John's is the home of the most generic template of a sandwich. Yeah? I don't disagree with that. Their sandwiches are kind of basic, so
EG's just knows how to put that lettuce on there.
Do they though?
Yeah.
You guys agree?
Shredded lettuce, just perfectly,
pastrami.
Pastrami's good.
They don't got the juice though. You need the juice. For a hoagie, for a submarine, you need the juice. Yeah, I'm getting hungry.
I know. I'm starving now.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna hit up some subs this weekend. All right, we only got a couple minutes here before we go into our latest little deal. Oh, we're gonna give you a beef tip. Before we go into that, did you know that farts can do more than just give you pink eye? Yeah, farts can be super dangerous. A TikTok doctor explains in this clip. Check it out. Rock 102.1 KFMA, it's Beef Vegan Presents. I know I got someone else wanting to win tickets here. Rock 102.1, who's this?
Hey, this is Dennis.
Hey, Dennis, you trying to win those Roadrunner tickets?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I just gave away a pair, but I have good news for you. I have another pair, so if you stay on hold for me while I do this segment, I will get back to you and make sure I hook you up so you could go join us next Wednesday as the Roadrunners will do some live hockey action, and you can sit in beef cheap seats. We'll have a good time.
Sounds good to me. Thank you.
No problem. So hold on, and I'll be right with you. First, though, we are live on the air, and it is a ticket palooza, so I'll give away more tickets throughout the morning. You've heard the saying that if you fart on someone's pillow, it will give them pink eye. Have you heard that?
I think once.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a fact. If you do fart in the area of somebody's eye, they will get pink eye. And that's not all, because it turns out that it can be way worse than that. Your farts are super dangerous to people's eyes. And it's not just pink eye that I'm talking about.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'll let this doctor explain. Okay, hydrogen sulfide, which that's probably not good for your eyes. So is that super pink eye? We'll find out right now. So there's a PSA of the day. You can fart yourself blind, or somebody else can fart you blind. That's like a superpower.
Are you trying to cause mass panic?
I'm just saying, you have to be wary of this stuff. And any kind of fart news that comes across my desk, I'm going to report on it. But this is legit. This was a doctor who took it. Well, it took it to TikTok, obviously. It was a TikTok doctor, so it's 100% legit, you guys. I'm telling you. But apparently it's not just pink eye you have to worry about when it comes to gas near the eyes, because you could make yourself go blind or make someone else go blind.
Oh, God.
So, be careful where you fart. That's all I'm going to say. Be kind to your neighbors. Try not to fart directly into somebody's eyes, especially after eating, a good meal. For me, it's Brussels sprouts. Eating too much Brussels sprouts will definitely make you go blind.
Coffee and cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
The old toot. I got to go see my optometrist soon, too. I'm going to sneak that into the conversation.
You should. And
hey,
see if they know.
Yeah.
And if your optometrist is like, yo, that's stupid. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. Be like, obviously, you didn't see this TikTok doctor.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about, good sir.
Let me see your license.
All right, we're back. I know you couldn't hear the audio there, and I apologize about that. All right, we're back on here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're back here with Justin Spears. We only got a little bit of time, and I'm just reminding you guys to go to the Facebook page and comment below our sandwich bracket. We need to find a winner to see who has the greatest sandwiches of all time. All right, before we leave, let me leave you with this beef tip. There are actually different hacks you can do with a bar of soap. You can rub dry soap on wooden drawers to make them open up easier. You can rub it on furniture legs to keep your dogs from chewing on them.
What?
Yes. And here's one more hack for a beef tip for you today. You could use a bar of soap as a pin cushion. It lubricates the pin so it glides through the fabric. So, look at your household objects around the house and try to figure out what you could use them for. We were quickly running out of time, so I just want to thank our guest again, Justin Spears. Thank you guys for streaming the show. Thank you for listening. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later. Woo.
When you
Stay on,
wish
Justin.
upon a side of beef, soon will come an end to all your
guys.
grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.